Video, we are going to go into how to create leverage. Okay, so we're going to talk about how to separate your time from your money. So let me just share my screen. Hopefully this works. So this is a training that I made years ago. Okay, so pay attention. This is going to be very valuable for you, and this is a 3-year plan. Right, you can probably accelerate this, but I'll show you how this works. Okay, so when it comes to making money, right? Everyone wants to separate. If this is a clock, they want to basically people are trading time for money, right? This is no matter what you do, you trade time for money. Now the question becomes, how do we stop trading time for money? Well, this is where this training comes in. So there's really 3 types of things that you can sell. Okay. So over here, we can call this one consulting. Consulting. This one we can call it training. And this one we can call it product. So here's the thing. In terms of leverage, make a little graph. Okay. Over here we have money. Up here we have T for time. Which one is the most amount of money in the most amount of time? It's going to be consulting. Right? Consulting. I can't even spell consulting. Consulting is one-on-one stuff. It's you trading your time for money. Whether it's you're making 10 grand or 100 grand, right? Now, training is one to many, right? Now, I want you to think done with you, right? So this is another one. Done for you, DFY. Done with you, DWY. And then DIY. Okay, so that one lands right here, right? This one's training. And down here is essentially P for product. So this is how this works. So I figured this out when I was a freelance copywriter. Okay. I was doing all consulting. In other words, I was doing done for you stuff. I was writing emails. I was writing ads. I was writing landing pages. I was doing VSLs. I was doing webinar scripts, coming up with sales scripts. I was coming up with all this stuff. And I was like, I came across this idea of these 3 different models. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I need to start separating my time from my money. And so what most people do is they start with a training, right? So what you can do is if you're a coach or you're like you do one-to-one or you're like whatever you do, you're a service provider, you can train a lot of people, right? Like let's say you get 30 people. Let's just throw some numbers out here. Okay. So let's say your main service is $3,000 per month. And you do you're a copywriter, right? Well, you could also get let's just say 100 people. You can charge $100 to 30 people. 30 people, and do like a workshop, right? You can do a workshop on what you're already doing for your clients, right? So when people are like, what should I do in terms of training and products? The easiest one is looking at what are you already getting paid for, whether it's your job or your business, or maybe you have a skill that you're just super passionate about, right? Like, so you can just go and train people, right? This is the easiest thing to do. You do a training, let's call it a workshop, and then you record the training, and then you can go from a workshop where people maybe they charge that you paid them or they paid you $100 a ticket or $300 or $500 a ticket, but you worked with way more people, right? At this point, we're still at $3,000 per month. Now, once you recorded that, then you can sell that. It's no longer part of your time, right? So the only way to make a truly like a hands-off business is to have products, or like basically either have products that sell without your time involved through marketing and automations, or you have a team that sells for you. Okay. That's obviously there's like challenges associated with both, but those are the two options you have. Once you record this, you have this product here. Now people can go and buy it. The price doesn't really matter. Let's just say the price is $50. Right now, you can kind of go out and scale this up. Right, and so when you first get started in business, I would say 100% of your money is going to be from done for you stuff. If you're a closer, you're making all your money from closing, right? And then if you think about it like a pie chart here, the goal is to, start cutting up this pie. If you're making 100% of your money from all things that are very time intensive, well, once we start selling trainings and we start creating products, eventually the goal is to get it where 10% of your income is from done for you, right? I still like having done for you or one-on-one stuff, but you just want to charge way more. And here's the thing: when you don't need people's money, it's very easy to raise your prices, right? Like if let's just say 90% of your money or 95% of your money comes from products, right? Maybe you still want to do some done for you stuff. If before you charged $3K, maybe now you charge, fucking $10K for done for you. So this gives us price elasticity because we can be more selective. The other thing is when you're selling products, you want to talk about lead generation. You are basically getting people, right, to pay you money so that they can become not leads for your business, but customers, right? If we can turn customers into clients, it's actually way better, right? Because for a number of reasons. Number one, once you have products, then you can go and you can do, you can run ads. You can run ad to a product. This is an ad, A for ad, P for product. Someone buys it, they give you cash, right? And now you can make them another offer. Maybe you make them an offer for training where it's a bit more high ticket, right? And then once they're into that, and then maybe from there you make them an offer for DFY, right? Some people will ascend. That would be like an upsell and a downsell. I mean, these days there's so many options for products. You have books, courses, but you also have monthly communities like continuity stuff, right? Let's call that MRR. And this is the ultimate goal. So creating an ecosystem like this where all of your money is coming in every single month and it's hands off, that's like everyone's dream, right? Now, again, the simplest thing to do is to take what you're already doing, turn it into trainings, record it, basically get people to pay you to teach them, record it, package it, turn it into products, sell that, and then you can sell it to people who don't know you for a low price. They can get into your world. They paid now, right? And then you can sell them higher ticket stuff, right? And the whole goal is like, how do we, if you can go and take your credit card and give Facebook or YouTube or Instagram or LinkedIn, any ad platform really, if you can pay them $1 and like you break even on day one, like somebody buys a product from you day one, this is the thing. You can now scale your business almost infinitely, right? Like most people, they run book call funnels because they're only selling done for you stuff. And here's the problem with done for you. The reason why it's very hard to scale done for you, beyond the fact that you only have so much time, It's because there is a delay between, there's like day one, right? If you spend, let's just say $100 a day, or whatever the number is, right? Like, let's say it's big numbers. Let's say you spend $1,000 a day, you're spending 30 grand a month. There is going to be a delay between somebody seeing your ad and booking a call, going through your funnel. Maybe you have a setter, maybe you have a closer. There's going to be a delay between day one and whatever day that you make your money back, right? In other words, the day that you sell the person. And most people are playing this game. Well, if this is like this is a completely cold prospect, they see your ad, and over here, they're your client, right? Most people are paying the game of like, this is a timeline, right? So like over here, we have like intervals, and these might be days, these might be weeks, these might be months. And there are companies out there that will gladly pay a lot to acquire a client from ads because they have venture-backed funding, right? Like software companies are notorious for spending what they would make from a client over 2 years to acquire that customer. So if you think about it, if you charge $100 a month for your service, that would be $2,400 in 2 years. They will spend $2,400 to acquire that client, right? So there's two games. Number one is like the time between them seeing your ad or your marketing and them buying, and then there's the time between them buying and then that client being profitable, right? So that's like a game of like, how good is your delivery and your customer service? But what we're talking about here, if the game that you're trying to play is like, if this is like, let's say it takes seven, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's say this is D1, like day one, right? And this is like day 7. So we got D2, D3, D4, D5. Maybe I'll just squeeze D6 in here. Okay, so you spend $100 every single day. So that's $700 that you spent. Now, let's say the person that sees your ad on day 1, they don't click. Day 2, they don't click. Day 3, they don't click. Day 4, they click. They get into your funnel. They go through, they watch a video sales letter or a webinar. Day 5, they book a call with a setter. Day 6, maybe they're busy for a day, and maybe on day 7 they jump on with a closing call and they're ready to buy at that time, right? So this is like a relatively short window that we're talking about here. Most people are trying to say, how can we collapse this from day 7 to like day 5 to day 3 to day 2? And the reason why these call funnels are very hard to scale is because this is a tough game. But if you are making money, right? If you're making money on day 1, like if people are buying a product and you're creating a customer on day 1, not a lead, that's a completely different game. This is the whole thing. Like when you see supplement brands, for example, or e-commerce companies, they can, when they launch a new marketing campaign, they're trying to make money on day 1. They're trying to make 200% ROI on day 1, right? So if they spend $100 day 1, if they make $230, they're going to not just spend $100 a day, they're going to consistently bump that budget up. Okay, like how can we fucking scale this thing as fast as we can without breaking everything? So maybe they increase it by 20% every day. Boom, 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 boom. Because with Facebook and stuff, there's like the learning periods, but this is the whole game, right? So if we can get a guy, if we spend $100 day 1, right? $100, we sell something for, I don't know, let's say, easy numbers, we make $100, we sell a $100 product, we spend $100, so we broke even day 1. Okay, so somebody bought like a $100 product. Well, now they're a client. Now you have a chance you have time to warm them up. You don't really care if it takes 7 days or 14 days or 20 days for them to buy something else, but the whole thing is you over deliver so that they want to buy something else, and you hit them with marketing so that they will buy something else. But even if they don't, you're still basically spending money in day one, you're breaking even or you're even profitable, right? Depending on your funnel, like let's say you have OTOs, like one-time offers, upsells, in other words. You have downsells, you have order bumps, like all these little things that people do to increase what's called the AOV, the average order value. If you start spending $100 a day, you spend $100 in ads, and then through all of this stuff, you start making 150, you're profitable, and you can just pump that back into ads. Boom, 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 boom. And then from there, it's like, cool, like people will ascend, and you can continue to funnel them. You can have your setters call them. You can call them. You can get them on phone calls. You can do so much stuff, but it all depends on the model, right? And I'll tell you this, there's a reason why VSL funnels, which call booking funnels, are so hard to scale. And it's because of the economics, right? If you're spending $700 to book one call, you better damn hope that you close that guy and then you collect enough cash to be profitable. Like that's the game, right? So what we're trying to do here is rig the game in our favor. Because again, if you can spend even $100 and make back $100, you're chilling. You can just keep doing that. You're basically breaking even to build not just a lead list, but a customer list. People, once somebody pays you once, they'll typically keep paying you, especially if you deliver a good service, right? So this is the whole thing. Like, how do we create freedom from our business? And a lot of this stuff is automated through marketing, through like VSLs, through email sequences, through webinars, whatever you want to do. If you have a high ticket service, you sell it done for you. You want to get into the game of selling to customers, not leads, right? It's so often that you will spend all this money on ads. You'll get a lot of leads, and most of them will be unqualified. Most of them will not be interested, but people will vote with their wallet, right? So if they're buying your stuff day one, that's a really good place to be in. And then eventually we get to a point where you're no longer in golden handcuffs, right? You're no longer strapped to this hamster wheel of constantly looking for new clients to feed the machine of your business, right? So this is just it. I went and created a program on this. Guess what it was called? Get Leverage. And it literally helped people do this. And there's really 3 things that went into it. Number one, people have a lack of clarity in terms of like what their offer is. What should they sell? How should they structure it? What should they price? Okay, so I help them get offer clarity, how to create the offers, how to do all this stuff in the simplest way possible. And number 2, the second problem I have is, well, who do I sell to? How do I get leads? Right? So the second thing was getting them daily hot leads. And then the third thing is, well, they're awkward at selling. It's not their thing. They're really good at what they do, but selling it is just like a process that they fumble through. So what we did was we created a smooth sales process. So this is a program that I sold for $2,500. So I still have it. I still have all the trainings for this. I only worked with a small beta group, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun because once you are able to do this stuff, that's when you start getting the main thing that leverage, right? Leverage is this idea. Okay, let me explain what leverage is with these squares. So right here, when you do done for you stuff, when your all your income is attached to your time, you put in 1 unit of energy, and the rest is kind of like wasted, right? So once we have leverage, the ratio flips. The ratio flips and looks a lot more like this. all of your time is more valuable. You put in 1 unit of energy, you create from the things that you're already doing, you're basically creating trainings and products which can continue to sell without you. We're getting more out of our time until the point where we can eventually separate ourselves from, like, we separate our time from our business and the income that it makes. And again, there's all kinds of ways you can do this with marketing automations, probably AI now, and team members, but this is the simplest process that I've found, right? So this is how I launched all my programs very successfully. And if you want help doing this, I would say I'll put a link in the description. You can go book a call with me, or you can DM me on Instagram, say leverage, and we can talk about it. Okay, so with that said, hopefully you learned something, and I'll catch you in the next video. Make sure you subscribe, and you have a wonderful day.